Hello, my friends. Welcome to episode 6 of the Animerica podcast.
Man, 6 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. Why are we still here?
I don't know, but today, as you can see next to me, we have a very special guest.
That's right.
Why don't you introduce yourself, Bill?
I'm Bill Clinton.
Is that it?
You've got to say more than that, dude.
Well, what else do you want me to say?
Who are you?
Joe, you already forgot?
That's not what I meant.
Bill, you're supposed to tell us what you do, or your favorite anime, or your favorite waifus, you know, something like that.
Oh my lord, I didn't realize this podcast was going to be cringe.
What were you expecting, Bill?
I'm joking, Barack, and half joking.
Which half was the joke?
Well, I can tell you my favorite animes, but waifus are cringeworthy. If you have a waifu, in my eyes, you're less than a man.
So you're a woman?
Yo, what the
Not
fuck?
cool, Donald.
For real, though, I thought you'd be all into harem and ecchi, Bill.
No, Donald, I don't get the appeal of your 2D women. I mean, they're not even real. What's the point of obsessing over random fictional women when you can just talk to them in real life?
You say that like you get real bitches.
I do. My biggest controversy as president was that I had one too many. Something I'm sure you could
The
never
only
do.
bitch I fucked was your wife in the election.
Donald, you know you just implied you don't fuck your own wife, right? I will defend you on the waifu stuff, though. Bill, you just got to understand. These anime women, right? They're hot. Like they're incredibly, stupendously hot. I can sit through a lot of bad anime just because the character designer went absolutely bonkers drawing the girls. I'm sure you'll see the light one day.
All right, well, I don't think we're going to convince him, fellas. I think it's about time for some anime news. Bill, I'm just going to let you read this out as our honored guest.
Oh, thanks, I guess. Let's see here. We got trailers for the new seasons of Bleach, Eminence and Shadow, and what is this, Mushoku Tensei?
Just say Jobless Reincarnation, Bill. It's right there in the subtitle.
Why would I read the subtitle first?
It's just the English version of the Japanese title. It's obvious. Nobody calls Demon Slayer Kimono Yaiba or whatever.
It's actually-
Correction, nobody except Barack.
Well, then what's the logic in having the Japanese title first if you're marketing to an English-speaking audience?
Japanese sounds cooler, idiot. Now keep reading the news.
Of course, I'm very sorry. There was also a trailer released for My Tiny Senpai. I don't know if I want to know what that is. Looks like some kind of romance, but, not the good kind.
Nah, the manga's actually pretty wholesome.
Looks like cringe to me, buddy. Next up, Bocchi the Rock is getting a recap movie. What the heck is Bocchi the Rock? Would I be correct in assuming it's about a rock named Bocchi?
Oh my God, Bill's a normie.
There's nothing wrong with being a normie, Barack.
I didn't say there was. It's just baffling that someone would ask to be on an anime podcast without having anime knowledge beyond surface level. Wait, now that I've heard what I just said, I take it back. That was a dick thing to say. I'm sorry, Bill.
Thanks. I'm going to take that as a yes about the rock thing. And I wouldn't call myself a normie. I know lesser known anime. I just don't watch it much anymore. Anyways, next up there was an anime adaptation announced for Sekiro. Gee, that's pretty exciting. I love FromSoft games. In fact, I'm much more of a gamer than an anime fan. Come watch me every Wednesday and Monday at 3 p.m. at Bill Clitterin42 on Twitch.
Is that why you really came here, Bill, to promote your Twitch channel?
Yes. Next in the news, after the latest chapter, My Hero Academia mangaka Kohei Horikoshi has announced that he will be taking another break. Dang, that's a shame. I haven't read the manga, but the anime is quite fun.
Yeah.
Barack, you're not saying shit.
What? Why not? I want to hear what he was going to say.
You really don't.
Look, I'm going to be completely respectful here, all right? No matter the quality of work, the person always comes before the art. I don't want to see this guy crippled in 5 years because he destroyed himself making this manga. Horikoshi, if you're watching this, and let's be real, you probably are, take care of yourself, my man. Even if your manga is complete shit.
Wow, I really thought Barack had changed for a second. Come on, man, you almost had it.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold myself back more, but I just couldn't resist.
Wait, so you don't like it, Barack? Why not?
Honestly, Bill, I don't want to go over that again. If you really want to know, just go watch our other episodes.
Didn't know the guest was supposed to do their homework before the podcast.
Yeah, it's cool, though. Feel free to continue with the news.
All right, the 2020 anime Great Pretender is getting a home video release in Canada and the US. Baki Hanma Season 2 got a trailer and release date. The first part will release on July 26th, with Part 2 coming on August 24th. It will contain the Tale of Pickle and the Pickle War Saga. What in the heavens is this? Is this what you guys like? Oh, Joe's written a note next to this one that says, "This is old news, but I like pickles."
Just don't question it, Bill. Just keep it rolling. You're almost done.
Whatever you say, Joe. Finally, the new Spider-Verse flick is getting a new manga tie-in. And we have a quote from Anime News Network here. The manga's story begins when iconic villain Dr. Octopus falls into a coma. When he awakens, he finds himself inhabiting the body of Japanese middle schooler Otoha Okutamiya. What, fellas, what the fuck is this? What am I reading? Seriously, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I even watched Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark on opening night. It was great. But what the hell is this? This has nothing to do with why I love Spider-Man.
Bill, wasn't Turn Off the Dark that musical where the Spider-Man actor died on stage?
I don't think that's what happened.
I have to look this up. There's no way. Yeah, he didn't die. He just fell 30 feet, fractured his skull, broke his ribs, and many other things. It's impressive, really.
Isn't Spider-Man supposed to have super strength? How'd he get hurt from falling?
Joe, we really need to get back on topic, though. Apologies to everyone out there for not talking about anime.
Do you really have to apologize for that?
No, he doesn't, but he thinks he does.
All right, let's stop barking around the bush. Is that the phrase? Don't answer that. In fact, answer the question, Bill, what's your favorite anime?
My favorite anime, huh? Of all time? In all honesty, I'm going to have to say One Piece.
God
no.
damn it. Wait, let me get this straight. You like One Piece, but you don't like waifus.
Yes, I like One Piece because it's an amazing feat of world building with incredibly strong and compelling characters. And cool fights to boot.
Look, I don't even like One Piece, but even I can look past the art style for a second to see that Nami and Nico Robin are some bad bitches. I think something is wrong with you.
Nah, the sexier Oda tries to make them, the worse they look. Like he just decided to ruin Nami's design halfway through for no reason. The original was way better. She used to look like a respectable young lady. Now she looks like a prostitute.
That's a major dub for prostitutes.
And I prefer subbed.
Bill, how do you even have time to watch all that?
It's really not that hard, Joe. It's not like I'm watching 100 episodes per day. The show started during my presidency, and I've watched it every week since.
That's cap. It didn't come out in America until way later.
Look, I had my ways back then. That's when I was in my big weeb phase.
Damn, I wish it was just a phase for me.
One Piece is still the GOAT, though. Not that it's flawless, but when it's good, it's better than the rest of fiction combined. All complaints I have are incredibly minor in the grand scheme of things. Except for how they spoil episodes with the titles. That's actually just stupid.
That's what I've heard, but I can't do it. That art style is just painful to look at.
Personal preference, invalid.
Odd thing to say, but okay. I usually shit on One Piece because it has annoying fans and I like making them angry, but I have actually read some of the manga. It's not awful. Obviously, to go for this long, it has to be of some quality. I was enjoying it, but I got burnt out on Skypiea. And I haven't felt like going back because it's so intimidating. I mean, I got like 200 chapters in, but since then 200 chapters have come out. It's even harder because I wasn't really enjoying that specific arc. And I don't want to read another 50 chapters of it, but everyone says it gets better later.
Skypiea, is that where Skype was invented?
Is Joe always like this?
Pretty much. I think he's extra off today, though, because I ate his meds for him.
Oh, okay. Skypiea isn't even that bad, though. You got to push through, Barack. Water 7 and Ennie's Lobby are remarkable. And especially Wano, goodness. It's just getting better and better.
Skypiea is that bad, though. I got to disagree with that, Bill.
Okay, well, to be fair, it's not one of my favorites, but in relation to every other anime, it's still a top-tier arc.
Those are strong words for such a fragile man.
What did you just say? You know what? Whatever. Donald, how about you? Have you seen any of One Piece?
Nah, I just watched the first episode and then realized there were like 900 more.
That's fair. As much as I like One Piece, this thing is a beast to get through. I wouldn't blame anyone with a wife and kids for not bothering. It is worth it, though. I really think you would like it once you get over the art style. Personally, I like it very much. At one point, I was so invested in it that every other anime style started to look weird.
Thanks, but I don't think I ever want to get to that point.
In that case, maybe wait for the live-action version.
No, there's no way that's going to be good.
I was waiting for you to bring that up. How the hell are they going to make that work? I can't see any universe where it turns out well.
That's just because you can't see into the multiverse like I can, Barack.
Excuse me?
I think that it's definitely possible. The characters and their development are the heart of One Piece, so if Netflix can at least do that right, it could be good. My biggest concern is that they'll cram way too much into every episode. I'm not optimistic about the Cum Gum powers either. We'll just have to see how it turns out.
All right, Bill, that's about as much One Piece talk as I can handle for the rest of my life. Let's talk about what are some of your other favorite anime, or how about this? What's the most recent anime you watched? You said you don't watch it often anymore, so I'm curious.
I think that would be Spy X Family. It was fun, but I Kind of got the joke by the end of the first season. Oh wait, maybe it was Chainsaw Man. That came afterwards, didn't it? Everyone was really hyping that one up, but I don't know, it was all right. Nothing crazy in my opinion, just all right. The animation was impressive though.
Chainsaw Man is just getting started. It's going to get crazy soon, don't you worry. I feel like people hyped up the anime based on reading the entire manga, but the anime hasn't actually gotten to the point where it really hits its stride. So I get why it would seem underwhelming. That reminds me, wasn't there a MAPPA event recently where nothing happened?
There were things that happened. They announced a new movie and stuff. But yeah, nothing too exciting. They didn't even show One Punch Man, so maybe they're not doing that one after all.
What? I thought that was confirmed.
Nah, I think there were just rumors.
Oh, is Mappa the one that did Chainsaw Man? I loved their work on Hajime no Ippo.
Yo, okay, Bill, you just made up for liking One Piece. I love Hajime no Ippo.
Isn't that like super old?
Well, yeah, the season MAPPA worked on was in like 2013, though.
That's still old.
Doesn't matter, Donald. It's pretty good. Here in the States, we call it Fighting Spirit.
Nobody calls it that. It's one of the best sports anime though.
You a big fan of sports anime, Bill?
I've seen my fair share. Slam Dunk is great. And I remember watching Eyeshield 21 back in the day too. That one was pretty decent.
Okay, Slam Dunk is goated, but bruh. I remember reading Eyeshield 21 back in the day, and that shit was weird. Whenever the one black dude does something, everyone is like, my God, is this the power of a black man? It did have some cool parts, but also what the fuck?
That's hilarious. I kind of want to watch it now.
You'd probably like it, Donald, but don't get too invested. You might get used to rooting for a winning football team.
Fuck off.
For real, though, they gotta make another football anime. I would watch it in a heartbeat.
I don't think so. It's too boring of a sport. We would have full commercial break arcs.
Speaking of commercial breaks, it's almost time for our ad break, so let's squeeze one more topic in here before it happens.
What, you're talking like you don't have control of it? Don't you just edit it in after the fact?
Yeah, Joe just phrased it weird. Sometimes Michelle does fuck up the timing, though, like that one time we did a spot for that SAO game. They stopped sponsoring us after that.
You guys should really just hire a professional editor. It would save you a lot of effort.
We need to save money, not effort.
What do you mean? Shouldn't you be a millionaire? What are you doing with your money?
Well,
He has a growing collection of Misato figures.
I see.
That's kind of a decent segue. We were going to do a whole episode on classic anime, but then we got Bill as a guest, so plans changed. It's still a fun topic, though, so let's talk about it. What are some classic anime you guys like?
Can I start?
Sure, go ahead.
This one has just recently established itself as a classic. Black Clover.
that doesn't count. It's not even over.
Yes, it is. It ended like 2 years ago.
Well, that's just the anime. I'm sure it'll come back eventually. The manga is still going, but it falls off right around where the anime is, so don't worry about it.
Whatever. I still think it's a classic. It does take a little while to get going, but when it does, the quality speaks for itself.
Classic and good quality aren't the same thing. When I said to talk about classics, I meant classic as in good anime that are old.
So you mean retro anime?
Well, retro anime is old, but not inherently good. But sure, let's go with that. I'm talking everything pre-2000s with that beautiful hand-drawn animation.
I think animators still use their hands to draw.
You know what I meant, Bill. What's it called? Cell animation?
That's the one.
Bill, why don't you go first? This is important. This is where we prove we have good taste.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm a big fan of the old Lupin III stuff. Haven't been a fan of the recent stuff other than that CG movie. That one was stylish, at least. Of course, there's the Castle of Cagliostro, which is pretty good. Everyone knows it because it's a Hayao Miyazaki movie, but it's actually not my favorite one. I think Mystery of Mamo is way better. It's one of my favorite movies in general.
Interesting take, Bill, but I just can't agree. Cagliostro is peak cinema. In fact, it's one of the only Lupin things I enjoy, just because it's Hayao Miyazaki.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were a Miyazaki stan, Joe. Weird.
Yeah, his work is great. He is kind of a dick, though. One time he told me...
This video is sponsored by Debtless. Do you hate having all that debt on your credit card? Well, all you have to do is mail them your card, and you'll never have to worry about it again. If you don't want to physically send it to them, don't worry. All you have to do is go to their website and give them your credit card information. And that's not all. For your first time using it, they'll also give you $12 for free. Thanks to Debtless for the sponsorship.
Yeah, and then he was like, Chiku shoujo-chan, nande omae no penisuga orai no gulobu bokusu no naka ni arunda. It was crazy.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Whoa, wait a dingly-dang moment.
What's up, Joe?
I just got a text from Jill saying that White Album 1 is getting an official English release. Hold on, let me open the article she attached. Oh my God, it's real. It's coming to Steam this year. Only took 25 years. Well, it's a port of the PS3 remake, but still, I know you guys don't care about this kind of thing, but I am very excited. I've already told you guys about this game, right?
Yeah, episode 1. That's pretty cool for you.
I won't be playing, but that's nice for the 3 people who know about it.
I'm not really into visual novels, but I did play White Album 2, and that one was neat, so I might give it a shot. That, Tsubahebe, and Higurashi are the only ones I've played.
Not bad choices, Bill. I'm surprised.
Joe, turn off your notifications, dude. We're making a podcast.
Sorry, I've just got them turned on for text from my wife. Everything else is silent except for one other app, I think.
What's the other app?
It's yeah, I don't remember.
Oh my God.
I do remember what we were supposed to talk about next, though. Audience questions are coming up, but first, what have you guys been up to?
Wait, we never got to mention any retro anime.
Oh, right, sorry about that.
I really like Slayers. It's a classic 90s fantasy anime. It's funny and badass, and the girls are hot. You should go watch it right now.
And you, Barack?
I like Legend of the Galactic Heroes. It's the greatest.
Okay, my turn. I'm a big fan of Urusei Yatsura, the original. The remake is fine, but you can never beat the OG. All right, there we have it. Now, what have you guys been up to?
Well, I finally started watching anime again.
No way.
Yeah, didn't catch up on this season, though. I actually decided to watch Death Parade, which was amazing.
Oh, I've seen that one.
It's good, right?
Absolutely. I had to cancel all of my bowling plans after I watched it.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I feel like I'm missing something here.
That's because you haven't seen it. It's a good show, Donald. Easy 12 episodes. I recommend it. Anyways, after that, I watched the Diary of Anne Frank anime movie.
Wait, that's a thing? Is it like a sequel to an anime about Anne Frank, or is it just its own movie?
It's its own thing, Joe.
Wait, I thought Anne Frank having an anime was just a meme.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It was made by Madhouse back in the mid-90s, 1995, I think it was. Don't quote me on that, though.
Oh, Madhouse, I know them. Didn't they do Hajime no Ippo?
Yeah, they did all of Hajime no Ippo, including the one with Mappa we talked about earlier. They're not what they used to be anymore, but they have a great catalog. I mean, Death Parade, Death Note, Monster, Hunter x Hunter 2011, One Punch Man Season 1, Cardcaptor Sakura, Claymore, Casher and Sins, Beck, DG Carrot, all Satoshi Kon works, Akagi, Kaiji, Redline, Parasite, Yoromoi, Chihaya Furu, Trigun, Tatami Galaxy, Hellsing Ultimate, Black Lagoon, Boogie Pop, Nana.
All right, we get it. You can stop now.
They also did Jetter Mars back in the 70s, and then they did Junk Boy, and Demon City Shinjuku, and Lensman, and Oz.
Well, they can't all be winners.
I did like Unico, though, and Bobby's in Deep has the best biking scene I've ever seen. Everyone stop what you're doing and look up Bobby's in Deep ending on YouTube. They also made Memories.
Oh my fucking God, would you shut up for 1 second? Get off their dicks!
They also made Ninja Scroll and Sakura Wars and Beyblade.
Ooh, I like those ones.
Anyways, yeah, what were you saying, Barack?
The best thing they put out recently is probably Sunny Boy. But yeah, they made this Anne Frank movie back in 1995. Someone in the comments recommended that I do my very own review on it, like a solo video away from the podcast. After watching it, I've come to the conclusion that I am not going to do that because this shit sucks.
Wouldn't it make for a good video then?
No, it's just boring. It's easy to be like, oh, I'm going to make an Anne Frank anime review, that'd be funny. But it's just boring. There's not anything to riff on or get mad about. The animation is good, and it's the Diary of Anne Frank. It's not like I'm going into the story blind. I already know what happens. So it's not very exciting. It might be the middest thing I've ever seen.
Well, that's unfortunate.
What were you expecting? Did you think she was gonna get into a mech and fight back or something?
Good point. I guess that's actually a really good idea, though.
Donald, how about you? What have you been up to?
I've just been watching everything I usually do. Hell's Paradise, Cafe Goddesses, and also Death Mount Death Play, which we haven't really talked about. It's pretty good, though. Hopefully none of them mess up the ending. Also, I started reading the Bat Manga. It's Batman, but manga. You guys have got to read it.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Doesn't it have Deathman or whatever his name is?
That can't be a real name.
It's actually Lord Deathman, and he's awesome.
So what does he do? Does he just die constantly?
No, he never dies.
Batman doesn't kill people, though. What's the point of that?
Doesn't matter. He's a badass. He has a cape and everything. We need a Lord Deathman movie ASAP. No, a Lord Deathman cinematic universe.
Not gonna lie, Lord Deathman does sound pretty cool. On that topic, though, I always find it pretty interesting when we get a Japanese adaptation of a Western thing.
100% agree.
I mean, they usually suck, but they're cool as a novelty. Like, you won't see me praising Pandora Hearts, but it's neat that it exists.
All right, well, I don't have much of an opinion on that. Bill, how about you? What have you been doing recently?
As I've said, I haven't watched any anime. I've just been playing a lot of the new Zelda game. Tears of the Kingdom, it's called.
You mean Tears of the Mid?
You're not clever, Donald. It's a great game. I think I like Breath of the Wild more, though.
There's no way you just said that. Tears of the Kingdom improved literally everything.
Gameplay-wise, sure, but the first game has a better atmosphere, better characters, and a better story. I will not be taking questions.
Oh, come off it. It's a video game. It's supposed to be fun before anything else. If I want a good Zelda story, I'll just read the manga.
The manga adaptations are mid. What are you talking about?
Seriously? They're just more detailed versions of the game stories where Link actually talks and has a personality.
They're too short, though. It's harder to get attached to characters in 1 or 2 manga volumes than in a 30-hour game. Link does have a personality, by the way. Bro did not play Wind Waker.
The Twilight Princess manga is like 10 volumes. No way that's too short.
Okay, to be fair, I haven't read that one.
I've got to agree with Bill. Those are my favorite video game manga besides the Kirby one.
Kirby, Joe? Really? 80 years old and still reading things for babies?
Is that a real sentence I just heard? The lack of discernment I've heard today is astonishing. Your guys' tastes are just so tragic. I'm never coming back on this podcast.
All right, well, I'm just going to say it's my turn now. I've, of course, been keeping up with all the anime of the season, and I'm having a great time. I also rewatched Amagi Brilliant Park, which is top tier. Also, I found this new band called Adarashi Gakko. They're a great group. Cute, funny, unique. I love them.
Joe, back at it again with your idol worship.
They're not idols, though.
Okay, buddy.
They're not. It's just a group of girls that sing and dance. They are very experimental with genres, too. It's not just J-pop or whatever.
We don't care, Joe. I'm here to talk about anime, not your music taste. If we keep going off track like this, I'm quitting the podcast.
At least give them a listen. You'd probably like them.
No thanks.
Fine, whatever. I guess we can just get to the audience questions now. Here's the first one. Do you guys ever watch JAV adaptations of doujins? They're amazing, but no one ever talks about them. I mean it, they're really great.
Really, Joe? Out of all questions, what possible reason could you have for picking that one in particular?
Because it's from Donald Chan 45. He's my favorite commenter. His stupidity is very charming.
I don't know, Joe. I don't think he's stupid. I've heard he's actually very smart, and he has a point.
Stop acting like that isn't you, Donald. Slightly changing your username isn't fooling us.
It's not me, though. Where's your proof?
Donald, your usual username is DonaldSan45. I have good reason to believe you made Donald Chan 45 as a burner account thinking we wouldn't notice.
Why would I even make a burner account? I have nothing to hide. It's probably a parody account or something. Where's the proof?
Okay, fine. You got me there. I have no hard evidence, just a very strong inkling.
All right, fellas. Okay, shut up. Let's get to the actual questions. This is from Hani7Kun, who actually commented on Barack's Mal profile. They ask, are there any anime you were looking forward to, but were disappointed realizing it was ecchi?
No.
The question wasn't for you, Donald.
Okay, first off, thanks for checking out my profile. As for the question, I'm going to have to say the Monogatari series. It's interesting and has got good characters, but I hate the ecchi parts with a passion. All I'm going to say is that it changed how I view dental hygiene for the rest of my life.
I'm not going to ask.
For me, I don't know. Maybe Ao-chan can't study. I was looking for some new anime and it looked cute, so I started watching it. I most definitely wasn't expecting the ecchi parts to show up, and it wasn't good. The ecchi just made it really weird. Had to drop it. Learned my lesson to always check the tags.
I make sure not to watch any of that stuff, so feel free to go to the next question, Joe.
All right, next Mr. Ultimate asks, what are anime you didn't like at first but grew to love, or the other way around?
As for the other way around, it's got to be gamers.
You just earned my respect, Bill.
Joe wanted to watch it with me. It was fine at first. I didn't love it, but I didn't have major complaints. Unfortunately, the longer it went on, the more I started to feel like our friendship was a bad idea.
I'm sorry, Bill. It's hard being the only one with good taste. As for my answer, if I dislike a show at the beginning, I just stop watching. Maybe Toradora for that. I don't know. And for shows I started to hate, well, I've talked about bad endings before. No need to reiterate myself.
Well, Toradora has a bad ending too.
Oh, stop it. You don't know what you're talking about.
My turn. I have one. I think the first few episodes of Gurren Lagann are super weak. They almost feel like filler episodes. The rest of the show is one of the best I've ever seen, though. It's really incredible. Oh, and same goes for Boruto.
Oh, thanks, Donald. That leaves you, Barack. I'm sure you have many.
Yeah, but number one's got to be Gintama. It's one of those anime that takes a while to really get going, but once it does, it's great. I'd say it's one of the best comedies ever. Once you get past the boring bit, there's hundreds of top-of-the-line episodes. Of course, it would be better if it just started good, but there's nothing we can do about that.
Thanks, Barack. Next question. Just kidding. It's time to wrap things up. Bill, would you kindly read off the list of our Obamnamaba tier patrons?
I don't know what that means, but sure. Nobody important. Mugiri, Birthday Meat, Patrick Wimmer, Super Satinson, Rainy Blue, Snag, Justin C., Serial Convert, Nero 9112, Henry Nelson, Jonas, Plugin Yami, Duplex, Jackie 138, Isaac 34, Yoflagir, Tonux, Joe Mama.
Why does my mom support us on Patreon?
Joe, please take your meds next time. Anyways, don't forget to cancel your patronage. Trust me, it's not worth it. I don't even want to be here anymore. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you in 8 years for the next episode.